Have you ever lied on your resume?
Absolutely. I lied about my college degree.
And I can prove that because I was with you in college.
Absolutely.
I graduated while your ass.
Listen, I didn't say I got the degree. I just said I went to the school.
Would you sell someone with a foot fetish pictures of your feet for $20?
No.
Chloe.
Babe, $20.
It's the easiest $20 you'll ever make.
Give me a higher number.
You're not naked. Like, who the fuck cares? It's your foot.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Well, it's going to cover your Starbucks.
Your Starbucks. How about that?
That's one order of Starbucks for me. The Mutual Friend Podcast. Welcome, guys, to the very first episode of the Mutual Friend Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Peter. I'm so excited to be sharing this journey here with you. And for today, for my very first episode, I thought, what better way than to open myself up than by bringing my best friend that I've known for 15 years. Sorry, my acquaintance that I've known for 15 years now. So for everyone, this is Chloe.
What's up, guys?
Okay, a bit shy.
Oh my God, is she a mouse?
No, like, don't be shy.
What's up, guys?
That's my boy.
Hey, guys.
So, before we start, we're going to take a shot. Chloe's rolling her eyes because I made her take a few shots before we started, just so we can, like, open up a bit, you know?
Or as Peter would say, open me the fuck up.
There's a big difference.
No. We're going to open Peter the fuck up. I'm not getting open the fuck up.
It sounds dirtier the more you say it. Okay.
Does.
Still going to go on. No stress. So cheers to the very first shot. I feel like we should be doing it together at the same time.
It's really fine, trust me. I promise. It's really okay. Yay, a
Also,
peach ring.
excuse the farmer who's shaking the candy bag.
It's because, you know, being a guest, normally people have like, what's it called? A list of things they like. And finally, Peter understood that I drink tequila, so he brought me tequila. But he also brought me a, 4-week-old bag of candy with like the worst ones left. So you really got to pick and choose. I smell like tequila on the way home.
Let's go, boy. That's my boy. What a man. You took that shit like a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Trey. Trey's here. Trey.
In the flesh.
So for the very first episode, I thought, usually I'm the person who puts someone on the hot seat, and I love...
In the hot seat.
In the hot seat? What did I say?
You said on the hot seat.
Whatever. But for this time, I thought, you know what? It's my first episode. I'm the host. You guys need to get to know me. And Chloe's here to make sure that I open the fuck up and that I don't leave anything behind.
You're going to eat.
You're going to
eat. You're not getting left behind. Or forgotten. Ohana. Stitch?
Lilo?
Lilo? Who's Lilo and Stitch in this relationship? I feel like you're definitely Stitch. Because, like, you're weird.
You're not smart enough to be Lilo.
I'm smart enough to be Lilo.
No.
Babe, you're dumb enough to be Stitch.
I disagree with that.
It's fine. Vote down in the comments.
So for today's episode, I brought a game. It's called Bad Choices. It's pretty much like Have You Ever, Never Have I Ever, I guess. But we're going to play the party version of it, so we have to take a shot if we're not comfortable answering the question. But I'm going to let Chloe go first and ask me the first few questions.
Of course.
Because why am I shy?
You're not shy.
No.
Hand it over, baby. If you like Bad Choices, you'll love our game.
I love playing games.
I know you do, babe. I've known you long enough.
That's my boy. We're already off to a good
no,
start.
This is a really good one. I like this game. Okay. For $200, would you tell a mother that their baby was ugly?
Listen, give me a mic. I'll go in a fucking mall. If I'm going to get 200 per baby, I'll be a millionaire, but give me an hour.
Like $200 is not a lot
Give
of
me
money.
a stage, give me a microphone, and give me a bunch of mothers. We're good.
Like, you'll start picking them out.
Yeah.
Like,
No. Everyone's
can't.
ugly.
I'm sure you weren't a cute baby, babe.
I was. I was not a cute teenager.
Definitely not.
And you got to witness that for yourself.
so happy.
But I was a cute baby, and
You find.
I had piercing blue eyes. I had chubby cheeks. Then throughout high school,
Lost the
those-
cheeks, kept the eyes.
lost both cheeks. I was literally an anorexic twig.
Yeah. I think I would give you like 80 pounds wet. Honestly,
70
on a good day. Literally.
Yeah.
Would you ever get a lover's name tattooed on your body?
No.
I get it. I would never. I don't even have a tattoo.
Why?
Because you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
There's
even though
only-
I'm a Honda Civic.
You're a Ford Fiesta,
I'm a
actually.
Ford Fiesta.
Red Ford Fiesta.
I am. Stop giving my car away. People are going to follow me now.
Trust me.
No
they're
one's
not gonna
following
be-
you. Babe,
When they see that car, they're not following you.
they are not.
They're actually driving the opposite direction when they see you get in that car. So you're
Absolutely.
safe.
I
You have
really
nothing
am.
to worry about. If ever you
really
feel
am.
unsafe in the middle of the night,
Drive the car.
walking in the street, just walk straight to your car. You're good.
I know.
No one's touching you.
Literally nobody.
You drive the car that everyone should be scared of, actually.
You know what, though? I
Facts.
drive. Facts. Absolute facts. But I drive, and when I cut people off, I'm like, go, hit my car. It can get uglier than this. It really
You're
can.
like, you're actually adding value, so please
You're
hit my
adding
car.
value. Please. Please. Just hit me. It's fine. And pro tip, just cut in front of really expensive cars. They're not going to hit you.
Oh, a million. No one wants to go through that.
No. I, on the other hand, don't care.
You're like, please, the dent
No
is
one
literally
wants to
adding
get
value.
period red car paint on their nice Mercedes, let me tell you. They don't.
100%.
Yeah, it's true. So that's just a tip. Buy a really ugly car and then
Just
you won't be
a
scared to
tip.
drive. Would you ever take life advice from a psychic?
Yes, and I feel like I do already. It's something that like I do religiously. She's not really a psychic, she's more Reiki. And it's something that I've been doing for a few years now. Like I have a balance between seeing a therapist and seeing a Reiki. And she does give me I can't even finish my
No, I'm just really happy you go to a therapist because you do need it.
We're well aware.
Yeah. we
I'm
are.
still a work in progress.
Absolutely.
But babe, if you need the number, just don't be shy.
It's fine.
I got you.
I don't need therapy. I'm perfect.
The Ford Fiesta says otherwise.
Leave my car out of this, please.
So yeah, I just kind of do take what my Reiki tells me with a grain of salt, but I also use it for guidance, like in situations where I feel like I'm lost or confused.
But you're not like,
I don't depend on it. No,
don't
no,
depend
no.
on
But
it,
there are some
exactly.
people that I know that are super dependent on what they hear from fortune tellers or Reiki or mediums or
but
whatever.
see, like I know people that have gone to fortune tellers and they'll be like, okay, you'll, accomplish this within the next 6 months, or you're going to meet this person within the next year or 2 years. And then like, they're so dependent on it. And then it doesn't end up happening. And they're like,
yeah.
well, like,
Mm-hmm.
did I do something wrong? Did I make the wrong choice here? Was I supposed to do this? Like, so I feel like that
Yeah.
can consume you a lot.
Yeah. And like, especially if you're going and see a psychic and they're telling you to completely change your life direction, like, no, drop out of school and do this. And it's like, it's a big risk, but like, if it doesn't work out, you're going to sit questioning like yourself, like, why were you listening to this person? And then you're just not going to trust that whole, like you're not going to trust going and see a Reiki. You're not going to trust that whole,
Yeah, you're going to have a negative outlook on it.
a negative outlook on it. Exactly. So I
I feel
really
like you
don't
should
have
also
any
be
brain
making
cells.
your own decisions for yourself, not
Yeah,
based off of
you need
what
to
somebody
take their
else
advice
is.
with a grain of salt, I think,
Absolutely.
in my opinion, which is what I do.
Love it.
Love it. Striving.
Are you a good person to call for relationship advice?
Yes and no. Am I a good person to call for?
Honestly, I would say 50-50.
I'm really good at giving advice, but I'm bad at taking my own advice, but that's everyone. But I'm also good, not that I've been through many relationships. I'm 27 and I've literally been through one relationship, which I'm currently in, and it's still fresh. But I've been surrounded by so many people who have been in relationships, and I'm the type of person, like, I'm a sponge. So I always absorb my other friends, like, journeys, or like, for example, like whatever they're going through, like I'll take note of it and be like, oh, okay, like these are red flags that I shouldn't be looking for in my partner, and so on. So I feel like I'm really good at giving advice based off of other people's experiences. Yeah.
I do feel like in the past I've called you for like advice on what to say or like what to do, and you do give really good advice. It is hard to take it sometimes just because I find you're very
I'm cutthroat.
What?
I'm cutthroat.
You're cutthroat. You don't give a fuck. And like, not everybody's like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of take it and I'm like, okay, I like what he said, but I kind of have to like soften it up a little bit because
that's my problem. And like, I am loud and proud, but that's one thing that I'm currently trying to work on. But at the same time, it's like, you have boundaries, and it's only normal as a human to have boundaries and to set them. Because if you don't, there was a time where I wasn't that cutthroat of a person, and I would let everyone walk over me, and it would just drain me emotionally and like physically, and I wouldn't be able to accomplish and do the things that I wanted to do for myself, until I told myself, like, you know what, like, this is my energy. I need to protect that. I need to protect my peace. So obviously I'm going to be more cutthroat, and I'm going to have boundaries, and I'm going to have higher standards. And it's like, if you can't align with mine, then this is what it is, baby.
Right. Agreed. I love that.
See you.
See you. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
So would I rather know when or how I would die?
Yeah. I know.
I think how. Because if I know how I'm going to die, it gives me an idea more or less of when I would die.
Okay. They tell you you're going to die in a plane crash. You're going to, I don't know, Miami in 2 weeks.
I'm not going on a fucking plane for the rest of my life.
Okay.
I'm traveling by boat.
You're like, I'm walking everywhere.
Noah's fucking Ark. Here I come.
No, I don't. But then again, I feel like when is like, okay, they're going to tell you in a year. So I'm going to go, okay, 365, 364, 360.
Yeah, no. So that's why I'd rather know how. At least it gives me some type of way to kind of avoid it.
Yeah, I guess.
Gonna dodge that bullet.
Do I ask you the next question? You want to ask me a question? Or?
Maybe I'll ask you some questions.
Okay.
Have you ever ghosted someone?
No.
No, because you're too nice.
I'm way too nice.
And I feel like you've come to me for advice on ghosting someone or like moving on from someone.
Like, okay, hold on.
Have you? In the past?
Ghosted, like, okay, I ghosted somebody, but that was just because he wouldn't leave me alone. And like, he wasn't getting the point that like I did not want anything to do with him.
And if I remember correctly, it was just like very like stretched out, and like you weren't putting up your wall. Like it wasn't like one or two messages. Like it was like exaggerated.
Yeah. Like he would stop for a couple days, then come back in, but like I was not answering any messages.
Yeah.
And like was not getting the message. So yeah, in that case, I did ghost, but like I wouldn't consider that ghosting because like it's not like I was ever into this person.
You go, Glen Coco.
Thank you.
Make the boys cry.
Okay.
Have you ever worn a slutty Halloween costume? By default, almost every outfit is slutty because of your fucking huge knockers.
Okay, but like
Chloe, don't even pretend to think. Obviously,
I'll say yes. I'll say yes. Fine.
We're not part of the same group if you're not wearing a slutty Halloween costume.
Okay, but side note, when can I not answer a question and drink? I'm confused.
Oh, I'm not giving you that chance. So
okay, that's fine. You're like, actually, here you go.
Would you cut off one of your ears for $500,000? Call me Vincent Van Gogh, baby. Cut my fucking ear.
Sure, answer that question for me. Sure. I mean, I guess. Who needs to hear anything? It's really not the end of the world.
Would you be willing to look 10 years older in order to retire 10 years earlier?
Hold on, because me 10 years ago...
was still
I was fucking ugly. I was really fucking ugly.
You were still at the same place you're working at today, baby.
True. But to look 10 years older, to retire 10 years... Yeah, I would do it. I would absolutely do it.
Where do you think you would be in 10 years from now?
My God.
That's like a surplus question. It's not part of the
Take a
game.
shot. I don't want to answer that.
Have you ever lied on your resume?
Absolutely.
What?
Knows Excel.
That's like the number one skill that I feel like majority of people lie about.
Wait, it comes. I can't say anymore though, because like I lied about it and I got my current job.
Chloe, you've been there for 10 years. You're safe. I promise you.
Maybe you'd be surprised.
Fake it till you make it. That's all I have to say.
I lied about my college degree.
And I can prove that because I was with you
Absolutely.
in college.
Absolutely.
I graduated while
I
you
didn't listen. I didn't say I got the degree. I just said I went to the school. Never said I got the degree.
So technically, you didn't lie.
It's a lie because then when they go, "Can I see the degree?" and I go, "It's lost in the mail, babe." Still looking
Like
for
I
it.
should never receive that.
Have you ever lied to leave in the middle of a first date?
Absolutely.
Really?
In Miami. That was one of, I think, the worst dates of my life.
Really? Tell.
So I went on a date with this guy in Miami, and my friends were actually like a few blocks down at another restaurant. And it was like the first 10 minutes, and I'm not a superficial person. Like, I promise I work hard for the things that I have. So nobody come at me. If I'm dating someone or if I'm going on a date with someone, it's because I want them to be at the same level as me, at least. So we met at the restaurant. So we actually ended up going to the Versace mansion for dinner.
Horrible. Ew.
I've never been. It was my first time going.
I went once, and it's just tacky to go on a first date, but sure.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I meet him there, and I remember walking, and there's like paparazzi, or there's people taking pictures outside of the mansion, and there was like just a bunch of people, like they were taking pictures, and I was just I'm very shy and awkward, which is something nobody really knows about me, but I get so tense and awkward. And I remember walking up the stairs and just seeing the guy standing there, and he just looked very different in person than on picture. So just that like kind of threw me off, and I'm like, you know what, like I'm here, let me enjoy my time. Like, who knows, maybe he has like a really good personality and whatever. So then we're starting to talk, and I'm just realizing like he's like really not my vibe, like super nerdy, super not it for me. And the first 5 minutes of the date, like I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and no, I didn't leave, but I was on the phone with my friends who were at a restaurant like a few blocks down. So I was just like, hey guys, I really don't like it here. Like I need to leave.
Like it here. I want to go home.
I'm gonna pretend like you guys need help, that you're on a date and it's like going bad, and I really need to come save you because you're uncomfortable, whatever. So I get back to the table. We only had time for like a cocktail and an entree, and I was literally like rushing him. So then the bill for the entree, the bill comes for both of us, and I remember he just looks at me and he goes, "I got you." And I was just like,
You're like, obviously.
yeah, like, bitch, no. So then it was cringe, like the whole 20
So
minutes.
what'd you tell him?
I ended up telling him, like I went back to the table, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. My friends called me because I was pretty long, like I was gone pretty long. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. My friends called me. They really need my help. Like they're at a restaurant a few blocks down, whatever. And he like sort of got the intention that he was going to come in with me. And I'm like, no, they're like on a double date, and I really need to like help them on my own. I need to get them and like go back, blah, blah. So he's like, okay. He's like, do you want me to drive you? And I was just like, it's just a few blocks down. Like, it's no stress. And he's like, no, if it's so urgent, like, I'll drive you. So at this point, like, I'm like, you know what? Like, I made up this lie. Like, let me just go along with it at this point. Like, what's a 5-minute car drive? Like, whatever. He brings me to his car. I literally thought I was getting abducted.
Probably.
It looked like a hearse. And there was chipped paint and rust all over the car, and I was just
like,
like,
mechanic.
no, literally Bob the Builder. So I was just like, okay, this is really not my type. And then he drops me off at the restaurant, and he literally parked the car.
You're like, can you drop me off a couple doors down, please?
No, I was so embarrassed. Like, I was just like, I'm like, here is fine. Like, before he got to the front door, and he's like, no. Like, I want to bring you to the front. Like, I really don't want you to walk. And also, side note, his air conditioning wasn't working. So, and I get hot extremely fucking fast.
Yeah.
So anyway, super awkward the whole night, the whole car ride. I do not want to be there. He drops me off and he's ready to come out and open the door for me. And I was like, I swung open that fucking rusty door as fast as possible. I'm like, bitch, I'll do it on my own. And I'm like, see you.
Okay, but wait, do you not think that it could have been a test?
I failed the test. I failed it. I'll fail over and over again. Not for me.
You know what I mean, though? He probably picked you up in like a really ugly car,
He
but
didn't pick
owns
me
like
up.
a
I met
lot.
him there.
You know what I mean? Like he probably showed up with like a really ugly car.
I'll fail the test. It wasn't even about the car. Like
Okay.
I'm
I know.
not-
You just didn't vibe with him
Yeah.
before you saw the car.
Yeah.
And then
like
that was the
on
cherry
the
on top of
date.
the cake.
Yeah. On the date, like I had to make an excuse to leave early. So
I get it.
yeah.
Okay, that's a funny story. Okay. Would you never have sex again in your life for $3 million? $3 million. But the rest of your life, what if you lived to like 95 years old? You're 27, babe. What's 97 minus 25?
I'm not answering this question.
The limit does not exist.
The
I wouldn't.
limit-
Very simple. It's a long life. If you die next year, it's whatever. I'll take the 3 million. Someone needs to proofread these questions because I don't think they're phrased
Let's not
correctly.
change the game.
Would you rather be rich than happy?
Yeah. Money buys happiness.
Okay. Do you, babe? Me.
You don't agree?
Depends what.
You don't agree that money buys happiness?
I do agree you can be a lot happier with money, but I still feel like a lot of people that have, or many people that have like all the money in the world are still like very lonely, very depressed, and they have all the money, everything they can ever dream of.
Because they misuse it and they get obsessed with the power or
Yeah.
whatever that comes with it.
But I feel like many people do that. You know what I mean? It's very
Yeah.
hard to like almost be like humble
yeah.
when
No, I
you
get
have all
it.
this money.
But at the end of the day, you're still not worrying about
Yeah. No
not having
bills.
money
Yeah.
or not having a roof over your head and not
True.
having a car and not,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I believe that money does buy happiness, so I'd rather be rich.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever accidentally texted someone on purpose?
Accidentally texted them on purpose.
Like you texted someone and then knowing you were texting them and then you're like, oh my God, sorry, wrong number, wrong person.
Probably.
In high school, definitely. I feel like
Yeah.
we've all done it.
We've all done it, babe.
You still do it.
No. No, but I've definitely done it. I can't remember, but I've definitely done it.
If you could, would you sleep your way to the top?
No. No, babe. I have too much pride.
Do you want to just drink?
You're like, you're not being a fun guest.
Please.
No, can we save that question for you?
Here, we'll keep it for you.
Keep it for me. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to... I feel like I should save this one for me too. Have you ever tried to hack into someone's social media account? Wow. That means yes. What a rat.
Just not answering.
Have you ever blamed your shit personality on your zodiac sign?
Absolutely.
Are you one of those bitches that goes like, oh, I'm not in a good mood because of Mercury's retrograde?
100%.
Oh, God. Like, why?
No, Peter. There was a full moon a couple months ago. I put water in a glass jar at my window. I charged my water.
You charged your water?
You charge moon water. Like it becomes moon water.
And then you drink it?
And then you set your intentions in the water, like what you want to manifest, whatever.
What do you talk to your water?
You just like, you set your intention. So like you're speaking to your water, just saying like, you know, like, I don't know, I want to get a raise at work. I want to buy a new car. Like just like things that you want or like things that you want in like your personal life. And
like, honestly, I'm a spirit, like I believe in spirituality, but there's just some things that I'm like, okay, like, I don't know if this makes sense, like Mercury's in retrograde, but I'm not gonna lie, once I got into like a really big fight with one of our friends, like really, really big fight. And my apology text to her was gonna be like, Mercury's in retrograde, so it explains my behavior, but I just ended up being like a mature person.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm sorry.
no, like when Mercury's in retrograde, I know you shouldn't be like signing any checks, signing anything in general, like signing any contracts. And I know when
I sign contracts for work every day.
yeah, you got to be careful. I know you shouldn't.
So I should just tell my boss, like, I'm not putting through any sales because Mercury's retrograde.
Basically.
And he can't fire
I know
me.
I had to sign something for work, and I couldn't sign it because Mercury was in retrograde. But you also
have to
shouldn't be
sign.
flying during Mercury retrograde. So I got to check because I have a flight in 2 days. So I got to check Mercury's. I don't think Mercury's in retrograde right now. But yeah, absolutely.
From your attitude, I feel like no.
I hope
You're
not.
in a good mood.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever sent an embarrassing text to the wrong person?
I've screenshotted like my messages with someone and accidentally sent it to that person.
That's like,
That sucks.
That's bad.
That's really bad.
yeah. I mean, it's not embarrassing. Like, for example, we both have a friend who has embarrassed herself over and over again.
No.
Is it okay to like share the story without giving?
Just don't say the name.
Yeah, obviously.
Try not to give too much detail either.
Okay, but those who know anyway,
It's
so it's
fine.
fine.
You'll laugh with us at home.
No. So we have a friend. So one morning she used Snapchat very often, and one morning she was like taking hot pics for someone, and she sent it, and then left her phone on her bed for like an hour. As she went upstairs, she was cooking breakfast and everything.
Remember this.
She came back to her phone with a bunch of notifications because without realizing, she posted that hot pic on her story. Which
Yes.
I find the most embarrassing
So
thing
embarrassing.
ever. Like,
And an
kill me.
hour is a long
Yeah,
time.
no.
And this was when Snapchat
10
was
minutes.
in its peak.
10 minutes is a lot.
10 minutes is a lot, but like, okay, now like I don't use Snapchat. I go to it to see my memories every day,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Yeah.
This was when Snapchat was like the shit. Like we were snapping everybody every day. You were posting on your story.
Sending nudes every morning, every night.
To each their own. Yeah. So for it to be up for an hour, that was wild. And I even remember one of our guy friends had messaged her and was like, yo, I was about to say, yo, like, are you sure like that's what you wanted to post on your story or something? And she's like, what the fuck did I post on my story?
Honestly, kill me now.
Yeah.
Next question. Have you ever fallen asleep during sex?
No,
But we have a
No.
friend who did, I think.
we do. We do.
We do.
But no,
That's a story
I
for
haven't.
another day.
I
When
really
can-
haven't. Have you?
No.
Right?
We run the show. We can't.
Trust me, I know. I know. If you could, would you sleep your way to the top?
Depends what the top is. Depends what comes at the top.
Everything comes at the top, baby.
I mean,
I'll answer that for him. Yes.
I've given it away for free for people
I know you have. You really have.
for people who didn't deserve it.
Okay,
So
this one, I love this question. And I know your answer, and I'm already pissed at you. Would you slap your mom in the face for 500 bucks?
Lee,
Lee!
Jenny Kui. Come
Lee,
here, mom.
I can't even deal. I
I'm
love your
kidding.
mom.
I love her.
You would so do it, though.
My mom would fucking backhand me 10
Yeah,
times harder.
exactly. And she'd steal the 500 bucks off you.
Guys, growing up, I don't think you guys understand. And I think Chloe could vouch for this because she knows my mom, but she doesn't even know half of how.
No one
like,
knows. Like no
Yeah,
one
no.
knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I'm scared of
my
your
mom was at the top of the food chain. Like
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
no one above mom.
Yeah.
Above
I went over the other night. I picked him up from the airport, and as I'm dropping him off, I'm like, Peter, I have to actually go to the bathroom. Like, do you mind if I come in? He goes, yeah, no problem. So I go to the bathroom, and I come out, and his mom's in the kitchen. Hey, Chloe, how are you? Good, you good? You want to stay for supper? I'm like, no, thank you. I'm like, I actually have somewhere to be. Why? Why can't you stay for supper? And I'm like, no,
she
it's
was
just because
literally
like,
sweating.
I'm like, I literally, I'm sorry, I really would. And she was like, okay. I was like, my God, I just got disowned and it's not even my mother. Like, I was scared, but love you, Lee. Have you ever driven more than 3 hours to go on a date with someone?
No.
You've never like flown?
Sorry, wait. I flew, yeah.
Okay.
5 hours to be exact. LA.
Oh, true. Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
For $100,000, would you spit on every new person you meet for a year
I get to be rude for a year
and get $100,000?
and get $100,000.
Yeah.
What do you think my answer would be?
Yes, baby.
Fuck yes. Line him up, baby.
Wait. Is it okay to cheat on your partner if they gain 100 pounds?
Is it
No,
okay?
Peter, it's not okay.
No, I wasn't thinking of the answer.
Just saying.
But no, it's definitely not okay. Like if you're not in love with the person anymore because they don't align with you, whether it's emotionally, physically, like if you're not physically attracted to them, the right thing to do would be to just break up with them, to end the relationship. Like there's no point of cheating on someone. If you're not into them, you're not into them, period.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better myself, babe.
Why am I getting all the
These
funny
questions
ones?
are actually just the best. If you were broke and desperate, would you become a prostitute?
Fuck yes.
Peter, like, have some dignity.
Desperation's the mother of all creations. If you're broke and
Hey,
desperate,
Doja Cat, like,
so many people, and don't come at me, there's a lot of people who judge like the sex workers or whatever.
I'm not judging a sex worker.
No, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm just saying like I don't have any judgment to them.
Right?
At the end of the day, they need to earn money, and how they do it, it's on them. We don't know what their upbringing was. We don't know what their circumstances was, and not everyone was as blessed or lucky as us to be sheltered and to have the life that we grew up in. So I don't have any judgment for people who grew up in that.
I don't either.
In that life, but yeah.
Okay, I guess desperate times, desperate measures.
Right.
Have you ever thrown a drink in someone's face? I can
How
answer
does it
that
work
one.
when she's sitting right in front of me?
He's thrown drinks at me.
And a really hot drink.
Yep.
And she's so lucky that I missed her.
You were across the street, Peter.
She was sitting in a car. She's very lucky she was sheltered because
Yeah.
I was heated, no pun intended, and so was the drink.
So was the drink. Mm-hmm. It happens, eh?
It does. Would you sell someone with a foot fetish pictures of your feet for $20?
No.
Chloe.
Babe, $20.
It's the easiest $20 you'll ever make.
I can probably find $20 on the floor.
So go looking. Go find.
I'll let you know.
Go fetch. Chloe, I'm not
for
changing.
$20, Peter?
Exactly. Like it's nothing.
No.
Who cares? You're literally selling a pic. Like, it's not like you need to have pride to, like, there's nothing, it has nothing to do with pride. You're literally just sending a picture of your foot.
Give me a higher number.
You're not naked. Like, who the fuck cares? It's your foot.
Still, I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Well, it's going to cover your Starbucks.
Your Starbucks. How about that?
That's one order of Starbucks for me.
That's true.
Would you break up with your partner if you caught them cheating? The answer is no.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
I mean, depends who my partner is. Sometimes it's just better you don't say anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
You know, like those memes? Like,
yeah. Like, I would never watch my girlfriend pay for a meal. And they're like, no, I would. I don't stand for bullshit. I sit for it.
Have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on?
Yes. I did. Okay, so I'll tell you the story.
Tell us. And I actually also have a story.
So basically, this was, I think, fresh out of high school, maybe like early college days. One of my friends, I'm still friends with her, like not super close, whatever, was dating a guy for quite some time. And then another girl
I forgot about that.
just ended up hooking up with him. And I obviously knew about this, and I was kind of stuck in the middle, didn't know what to do. And I think it was me and a couple other girls that knew who were friends with this girl dating this guy. And we told her, and it was a whole big shit show. I'm pretty sure she ended up breaking up with the guy. Or I don't know if she stayed with him, to be honest. I'm not sure. But like we told her, she took it really bad, which I get it. It kind of sucks, especially when like...
It's really hard.
It is hard. But like learning from that experience, I would definitely go one-on-one with the girl, regardless if me, you, and whoever knew. Because like when you're being approached by, even if it's like your three best friends, and they're telling you like something you don't want to hear and something that's going to make like your heart like sink, it's so much, I feel like it's so much more painful rather than you just being one-on-one with that person.
Definitely. Like I was also friends with this girl who was dating this guy, and I wasn't super close with her at that time. Without realizing, her boyfriend wasn't realizing how small Montreal is and how everyone somehow knows everyone. So he messaged someone from another group of my friends. And that girl approached me and she's like, well, isn't this boyfriend? And I'm like, isn't this so-and-so's boyfriend?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, yeah. And she's like, well, it's like he's messaging me like over and over again to go on a date or whatever. And like without any doubt, without any like thought about it, I'm like, she deserves to know. Like she's putting like her life on hold. Like she's living with him or whatever the circumstances were. Even if she wasn't, it's just like, I think the appropriate thing would be for my friend to know. So I called her up and it was so hard for me to break the news to her because I heard it in her voice, like how broken she felt and how much it hurt. But then, you know, you just grow from there and you move on. But I remember this guy after that day, every time, like I still see him out. I saw him like not long ago at a restaurant. He gives me dirty looks. Like he would kill me if he could.
Probably. Have you ever been in an open relationship?
No, I'm actually in my first relationship.
Me neither. I know somebody though that was in an open relationship, and they basically had like they came to like an agreement that like, okay, we're gonna be in an open relationship, but whatever you do on your time, like just make sure it's not with anybody that I know, and like I don't want to hear it, and then like vice versa.
But see, I don't understand the point or the principle of an open relationship.
But wait, it's because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he went to school a little, like a bit far away.
Okay.
And she was in Montreal, obviously. So they kind of only saw each other maybe like every second weekend or maybe once a month or whatever. So yeah, they were dating for a really, really long time. So they were kind of just like, okay, whatever, like, let's just try an open relationship. I think it worked for a bit, but then they came to the point where I think maybe he had done something with someone that she knew, and then like he told her or something like that, and it didn't end up working out. But I don't know if I'd be able to, well, I mean, I would not be able to be
I
in an
just,
open
again,
relationship.
like, it's just, at the end of the day, like, you understand the circumstances. Like, you're still choosing to be in a relationship with someone who's that far away from you.
Yeah.
So that means, like, it's just all part of, like, the growth process of being in a relationship with someone. I mean, to each their own. If people are able to digest being in an open relationship, that's, like, cool,
works
good for
for some
them.
people, yeah.
But I know for myself, like, I'm the type of person, if I'm dating someone, it's me and you. Like,
Yeah.
there's no need. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in a relationship with you if you can't fulfill my sexual, my emotional, and like all my needs. You know?
I feel like the people who are in an open relationship, it's mostly because, okay, like you've been dating for, let's say, X amount of years. And it's like you have that emotional connection to them. You know, you can call them whenever you need them. Like you open up to them, whatever. You might not see them as often. So it's like, okay, maybe for like your sexual needs or like your more physical needs, you might want to get it somewhere easier.
But at that point, just don't be with that person.
I know, but then like maybe like they're scared of being alone. So it's like
Get a
you
therapist.
have, you know what I mean? Like you have that person you can call and be like, babe, like, oh, I had such a shit day at work, whatever. Like, what are you doing? Like, how was your day? Like you could have those like conversations with.
I get it. I understand. But again, it's just like if you're in a relationship with someone, it's because you're able to check off all those boxes.
Yeah.
Like that's the point of being in a relationship with someone.
True.
Otherwise, just be single and hook up. Be a hoe.
To each their own.
So it's getting kind of, wow, it's already an hour of us filming. It's been really fun, but we're going to have to wrap up today's episode.
Wrap it up.
The very first episode is finally done. We did it.
Finally.
Thank you so much, Bestie,
pleasure.
for being
Thanks for
on my
having
very
me.
first episode. Maybe, don't get your hopes up. Maybe you'll come on next season
The
again.
reviews are good.
Yeah,
We'll
if the
see.
reviews are good.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'll let you know. I'll have
Okay.
my people call you.
I have people, babe. You can have them call my people.
No. With your Red Ford Fiesta, I don't think you have people.
Absolutely. I have people, baby.
Anyway, so thank you so much for coming on, and I love you so much.
I love
Thank you. Aw, lesbians.
Ew. I hate you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the very first episode, and stay tuned for next week. I'm so excited to be doing this journey with you guys. Why am I so awkward? Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, follow on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube.
Everywhere.
Peace and
OnlyFans.
love. Love you guys. OnlyFans. Love you guys so much, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.